So they'll be calling you a miracle. Oh boy. So it's 12 years ago today was the scariest day of my life. It was the day that Vincent Hansen called me. Said, go check into the bone marrow transplant center at the top of LDS East 8 tomorrow. I didn't know what I had for sure. And I knew then when he told me that. I'm like, oh my God, I watched my father die of this disease. I watched Annika. I know what they do there. Oh, so then I thought, tomorrow's 11/11/11. No. So life is full of circles. So this is an important historic video because that's the way life works. What's the odds? The most historic day as far as Kevin Blanch's activism in his life. I mean, the historic day for the world was yesterday. Today. Why? For I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Kevin Blanch, oh, I told you I would take them down. I want to say this to Nuscale and Bill Gates and his Terra Pharma and Utah, the politicians and all the propagandists who denied Fukushima, who denied Kevin Blanch's work, who viciously attacked me while I was in critical condition, including while I'm in the bone marrow transplant. That goes for Google too. I mean, what they've done to me, I mean, the thought police, they're so pitiful, it's unbelievable. They're not doctors. No, but they'll tell you they are. They're not scientists, but they'll tell you they are. They're not biologists, they will tell you they are. They're the thought police. George Orwell couldn't dream this up on a hit of acid. The thought police is alive. What was Orwell's great? It would become a revolutionary act to tell the truth. I mean, social engineering on Balco, on chemo. Do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? I fear no evil, and oh, have I walked it for 12 years. 1212, that's my number, as you know. East 8 on its side. Wow. So the same day that Nuscale, Utah pulls the plug, and if you don't think Kevin Blanch is responsible for that, you don't know anything about my Utah path. You don't know anything. Oh boy, go ask him. Not Nuscale. Go ask the powers that be in the state of Utah. I finally got him woke up. The same day, I have a lot of ties in Kemmer, Wyoming, a lot. And, well, Miss Wyoming and I, she's from Kemmer. We were a couple for a long time. Whew. That's one beautiful female. I remember one day I told her, she's so good looking and so beautiful. I says, real girls from Wyoming shoot whiskey and chew tobacco. Oh, you don't think I can? And she literally, I'm telling you, this is the most beautiful girl in Wyoming ever. That's like, I'm telling you. Kemmer. Takes it. Puts in a shot of whiskey. Kemmer, Wyoming. The same day the NRC shows up to listen to questions for the Utah again. It's going to switch over the coal-fired plant to SMR's Bill Gates, who stole the operating system. Probably the most hated man was in Utah. Now they're all in. How does these imperialist puppets, and I want to say this to Governor Cox, Governor Herbert, who went around with the Nuscale, who went along with the Bill Gates. Where's your fucking crown? Where's your crown when it all falls down? Where's your crown? Because your crown king nothing, all you nuclear fucks. You can go after a 7th generation Utah who's full of AML, leukemia, and critical condition. You could allow them to viciously attack me and go after me. There were literally dozens of Facebook pages and YouTube sites, 100% dedicated to slander Kevin Blanch while in critical condition with a central line, with my chest split open. Where's your fucking crown? Where's your crown? When you're crown king nothing. Where's your crown? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? And you've been hit by You've been smacked by a smooth criminal called the Nuclear Energy Crimes. The same day, they're up there fielding questions. Thank God the first question up was somebody who knew his shit. He says, well, I want to ask you about the waste. These produce a lot of waste. Yeah. Is there a repository? No, but we got one planned. They've had one planned since the 60s, since the 50s. Yucca Mountain. Whip it up. So what do you do? Oh, we store it on site. He said, what could go wrong? That was the first question up. Somebody, and then of course the next ones are the clean, beautiful. It's not clean. Next time somebody says nuclear energy is clean, just ask them. Do you understand the centrifuge process? Explain the centrifuge process to uranium-238 from the earth, turn it into 235 standing on the Utah-Wyoming state line. Ask them about that nasty, filthy. They hex gas it, they spin it. It creates free radicals versus post-ignorance. Where's your crown? Where's your crown? So into the bone marrow transplant I went on 11/11/11. Central line in me. Go. Oh, fuck, how brutal. How brutal. Heavy chemo, 3 rounds. Wasn't recovering. Didn't have a transplant on the doctor's advice because I was just too sick. I went on for a long time with this central line hanging on my jugular vein and chemoed the shit out of me. I had AML de novo with a heavy marker. It's unsurvivable. Probably the most famous leukemia case in the world was in the room next to me. The incredible, the great pioneer, the young 27-year-old with a young child, his beautiful, incredible wife, the incredible Marshall Jensen. In the room on the other side, the most beautiful, the incredible Kevin and Carla, the incredible, the beautiful, the strong, the unbelievable Carla Hennessy. They died a couple days apart. Pioneers. So many people have survived cancer because of those two. Because, they were the first. Marshall Jensen, truly the first on earth to get the new therapy. Whoa, look up his case. I love that guy. Me and him made the decision, the doctors on the same day on our transplants. 12 years. Today. That day was so fucking scary. I went through some scary, hardcore, radical times in my life. Really vicious. Nothing like that day. Remember when I went in, God says, you're big, you're strong. My God, look at those shoulders of yours, or arms, or whatever. When they had me naked in there, getting me ready. They put the stent in your lumbar puncture. They put the central line in your jugular tied around the thing, shoot you in the brain stem where these free radicals like to hide. He says, you're physical, you're a beast for your age. He says, I'm here to tell you, you're going to need every bit of it. I've been here a long time. Celeste, go talk to her. Go talk to Celeste that worked at East 8 bone marrow. Go talk to her. 26 years she was there. She says, Kevin, come here one day. I'm in the clinic. I want to talk to you. She calls late. She's from New York, that old Manhattan girl. A lot of people don't like the way you fight and your style and your way. I said, well, I'm taking down the nuclear industry. I'm taking them down. Oh, boy. Like you did cancer, she says. She says, I prepared your paperwork when you came in here. Your vitals were so incredibly low, whatever. We rank you. The doctors rank you when you come in, the team. The greatest oncologist maybe in the country, maybe in the world. The incredible Thimble Peterson, who saved my life. The incredible Vincent Hansen. The incredible Dr. Ford. Julie Ash, born the same day as me. Dr. Mitchell. Who saved Dr. Oda. Who saved my life. Melanie, my incredible PA. God, she was so good with me. It was brutal. Whitney, my personal nurse in there. Kevin, I prepared your paperwork when you came in. The doctors ranked you as a red 10. In my 26 years, I've never seen a red 10 walk out of here alive. Ever. You're the first one. You should be very proud of yourself. Anyhow, are you okay? Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? You've been smacked by the nuclear crime. So the same day that Nuscale, Utah pulls the plug on those thieving, lying dirtbags that I've been fighting from day one. Remember my father's the so famous in Utah, the incredible Utah, beautiful. Oh my God, that guy was incredible. Remember, he was nuked to death in Nevada test. I drafted Marine, died in the prime of his life. Raised, look at my uncle Claude Blanch. You want to talk decorated? Look at my uncle Harold, Omaha PhD. These are the men that raised me here. This mega welfare dairy that lives next to me can poison my property while I'm fighting cancer, spraying shit all over. Go backhand a migrant worker, and call it. KSL calls it a altercation. 320-pounder smacks backhands with his fist in the face and knocks his teeth out. And he hasn't paid him in 2 months. Go give him a bailout, which the state of Utah has been giving him so much money. It's unbelievable. They didn't give me shit. Nobody from Utah funded me a penny. Nobody. I mean, the funding I got on so broke I couldn't even eat. Came from New York, came from Vienna, came from South Carolina, came from Scotland, came from California. And it was so teeny and small. I mean, I went from a millionaire to a zeroaire. I didn't even have enough money to eat. I don't know how I didn't lose my house. I don't know. It was brutal. The chemo, it took out my aortic valve. I had open heart surgery twice, I run into my doctor, Koldikoff, yesterday. He's walking down the hall. I was in the hospital having lunch. I'm like, huh? I looked right at him and I says, you saved my life. Collado almost killed me. I'm like, no, it's my valve. It's gone. I've had heart attacks, 2 of them last year. They replaced my aortic valve in 2016, didn't work. 2017, I suffered so mightily, and the Weber State team doctor, my doctor, kept blaming it on, it's the neuropathy. Shoot me up, injections. It was never neuropathy. It was that valve was never properly replaced. I come from a family of heart doctors. Thomas Blanch, the famous, incredible business, has his old freaking partner, saved me from the grave. Kevin, don't you dare let them open you unless you're going to die. They wanted to gut me with this cancer. They wanted to cut my intestines out because I had bowel looping around my tumors. It was de novo. Leukemia can present tumors. And I wouldn't. I listened. I remember what he used to tell me. Don't you dare let them open you unless you're going to die. You kick the can as long as you can on this, heart murmur that you have. But I kicked it too long. And they did it the old-fashioned way. So he found it. He went in through my groin. He stayed in there forever and ever. Nobody would listen, and finally he's like, oh, there it is. Right there above it's all ripped to shreds. They had to rebuild my entire aortic root. I had to bypass one of the ports. There's 3 that come off there. The incredible Dr. Goff saved my life. I ran into him yesterday, and I started to get off this, had some nurses around. He's like, and he looked over and he hugged me. He says, you okay now? Yeah, I'm getting there. The same day that Nuscale goes down, and I swore when I was in the bone marrow transplant that I would take them down. I would take Blue Castle down. I was fighting them then. I remember Fimbo came into my room one day and laid the Salt Lake Tribune on my thing, and he says, look, Judy, the incredible reporter, she was so good they ran her out. He says, look at this, Kevin. They're over there at the Capitol, right there through Memory Grove. I'm quarantined. I'll write you a pass. Go. Oh, I went. I was inside that Capitol with the central line hanging out of me, freaking in my gown with my tree hanging with me, just going at them. I swore that I would take down the nuclear industry all the way down. Sinanoff without my cancer, go ask any of them. Like how they interviewed Donna on the New York Times. Go ask Donna where she got all her education on this, where she got up to speed on Sinanoff when we kicked the dominant. Go ask her. And I love her. But she'll tell you Kevin Blanch just freaking got me going. He's the one. And are you okay? Are you okay? So the same day in Nuscale, the plug gets pulled on this loot job. What about the sun and wind? About opportunity? You know how much money they've stole from every person in Utah? From every person in the world, by the way. They've stole so much. I got to hold that paper crane, a real folded paper crane, out of the Enola Gay hangar with Jim Peterson in my hand. Sudoku's very own great niece walked up to me and hugged me. When the Prime Minister of Japan walks up to me, who was Prime Minister of the NATO continent, bows to me and tells me, thank you, Kev. You don't believe me? You go ask Kathy Iwani. You go ask Rachel Godoya. Go ask them both. Without Kathy Iwani, Senator never shuts down. Without Kevin Blanch, Senator never shuts down. Go ask her. They were in Japan. I got to hold that paper crane in my hand. I really want the Enola Gay hanger. What a story. 7th generation Utah, fighting for his life, leukemia, the atom bomb disease, Sudoku, who died at 11 years old, flew out of Utah. They reached out the olive branch. They asked us. And so international media from all over the world. No Utah media shows up. Nobody from Utah. No. I got to sit in Tippett's chair when we had the dinner and christened the new museum. This historic journey, I swore that I would take them down. The same day that Nuscale flows a in Kemmer, Wyoming, the NRC, which I call the nuclear reactors. Now, just remember, this is important. How did Nuscale get the only license? The chairwoman of the NRC, which was appointed by Trump, she worked with the CEO of Nuscale at Idaho National Lab. How much work have I done up there? What? That's got to be automatic exclusion. No, it's a true story. Look it up. They worked together at Idaho. The CEO, the Reyes connection. I asked Sean Reyes at the very, and he says, I'm not related to him. I believe him. We'll see how this all shakes out. But the same day, Illinois overrides the governor's veto. And the governor had the veto right. The moratorium on nuclear energy. The same day, they override it and going to appropriate money to SMRs. There are no SMRs. It's not only that, they have stole so much from real solutions. The nuclear industry, trillions and billions. That's called the greatest opportunity cost theft in U.S. history. SMRs, small modular. There are no SMRs. Do you remember Idaho National Lab when they tested them? They blew up in the 60s. Remember Paul Winchester was in there, my close friend since I was a kid. Remember I handed the obituary to Allison McFarland. At least Allison McFarland, when she's head of the NRC, she didn't give them a license. And she says they produce more waste. Read what she writes. I still believe in you, Allison. Remember me? I'm the only person on earth that confronted her. I'm the only person on earth that ever confronted any politician about Fukushima, including Trump. I asked him from here to there. He says, you can talk. Yeah, I'm going to. He never talked to me. He met with me 17 times, including Mike Lee. I'll get back to you. That was over 10 years ago. I'll get back to you this week. I just found out my father was a downwinder, Mike said. I says, well, by the way, Mia Love is fighting for her life right now. She has stage 4 brain cancer. Thomas Ackerman, who helped me paint that free radicals versus post-ignorance. You know what a free radical is. He's fighting for his life with stage 4 cancer right now. Kevin Blanch, stage 4. We passed that. It's a historic day. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? You've been hit by the ultimate, the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate, what they've done to all of us. All of us. Who are you? Who? When you fall down and you break your crown, you point your finger and no one's around. Huh. Where's your fucking crown? Where's your crown, fucking Nuscale? Where's your crown, Bill Gates, terra firma? Where's your crown, Governor Cox? Where's your crown, all Utah legislators that allowed Nuscale the bribes? Where's your crown, Larry Householder's doing 20 years in a prison cell from Ohio who the same scam? What about the bribers? The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate, the untouchables. For Kevin reached into the bag and he slung the stone. And the stone struck the nuclear energy scumbag giant in the forehead. And the nuclear giant fell to though I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. For 12 fucking years have I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil. I fear no evil. And the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate is the tip of the spear, the head of whatever this serpent freaking nightmare monster is. I fear no fucking evil. Where's your fucking crown? Where's your crown? When your crown king nothing.